You also talk about remaining anchored in the wisdom of insecurity while bearing witness to all that is without judgment. Are you talking about fearlessness, and what does the wisdom of insecurity mean to you?
In this sense, the wisdom of insecurity is to place oneself into the fray. There is no place more insecure than the eve before battle, which history will testify. The young men, and to some extent women, but principally men, that were sent into the trenches of the Napoleonic Wars and of World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Rhodesia, where I grew up, all the wars that are going on in the world today, of which they number over 85, believe it or not. On the eve of battle, the eve of war, when you are sleeping in your tent or trying to sleep in the tent, knowing that the horn will sound at sunrise and you will be going almost to certain death. The pilots in the Second World War, both the kamikaze of the Japanese, who were incredibly noble, knowing that they were going to be flying their planes into warships and that they would not live to see another day. These were 22, 24, 26-year-old squaddies. And they wrote notes to their wives and their lovers and their families the night before they took flight for the last time. They were doing what they were cult programmed into believe was righteous and judicious. Let's not admonish them for that. But the point I'm making is that there is no place more insecure than the eve before battle. So what I'm saying by the wisdom of insecurity is I'm saying position and situate yourself there, psycho-emotionally and psycho-spiritually, I guess, at that indivisible line between life and death, between this and that. Because it is in that indivisible duende line that our supernature emerges, that our true Christed supernature emerges and cloaks us, enthrones us. And I know this from personal experience. So I'd suggest that it is when we believe that we know that the meekness leaves us. In that sense, the Christed aspect of our nature is disarmed. And we move into the egoic, the false light of the Atlantean matrix that's out there. And we believe ourselves to be right about everything. We believe that we know what's up and what's down. And we buy into the false light, which leads to idolatry, which leads to complete separation of self from divinity. If you want to reconfigure, reconvene, and reignite the flaming of the Christed heart, then we must place ourselves on that indivisible line and be quite okay about insecurity, about not knowing where the next foothold is and not seeking the foothold either. We ought not to be seeking that kind of sanctity in this 3D temporal realm, not so long as our babies are being butchered in the basement and blood ritualism underpins the entire wheel of our civilization and our culture. And usury, exploitation, manipulation, supremacy, and dominion of ugly, dark hearts over the meek and the innocent is still the thrall of this temporal realm, this veil of tears. So long as that is the play, the theater, I do not want to seek safety and surety and security for self, because that will be me abnegating my true Christed nature, which is to own the entire realm of this earth, all innocent souls, to extend self beyond self until it is morphogenetically connected to the suffrage of all. And that is not to say that one should psychically attune to suffrage and then carry the burden of pain. No, quite the opposite. When you move into supernature, you learn the craft of disidentifying from owning the pain. So the psycho-emotional reaction will be an instant one, and you release and absolve yourself from it. You don't carry pain or the woundedness moving forward. And you sure as hell don't carry your stupid story, whatever it is. You learn the art of relinquishing and releasing yourself from the thrall of your own false light, your false testament. That tremendous saying, thou shalt not bear false witness. People do not understand what it means. It means do not falsely hold yourself or edify yourself and bear false witness, which is to become an egoic prick in this world, this veil of tears, and believe your shit. Move beyond that. Transmute and transcend that into selflessness, service to others over service to self, which is the highest service to self in the actualized sense. One learns that. That's the beauty of the geometry of entering our own coherence with the divine flame. You see, because it self-reveals, self-fulfills, and self-exists, that which is Alpha Omega, which can also be described as the flame of pure truth. And so when one is prepared to stand in the flame of pure truth, or an analogy I used for many years was to stand beneath central sun, meaning to say when the sun is directly above the crown, you cast no shadow. True. When you're standing out of alignment with the sun, or the sun is 3 degrees, hither or thither, you cast shadow. And you're out of that alignment, that attunement. So the wisdom of insecurity is an invitation for you to engage your Christed supernature, believe it or not.
Thank you.
Thank you.